I know I don't usually talk about Fire Force. In fact, I was actually far behind on Fire Force up until later a week ago. But a friend of mine and a fellow YouTuber did get me back into Fire Force, and I quickly surpassed where he is currently. But nonetheless, with chapter 301, a very blatant connection to the author's previous series is laid bare. And it's been a discussion that has seemingly been going on for weeks, but it is the question of, is Fire Force a stealth prequel, or even just a prequel in general, to Soul Eater? And honestly, at this point, I'd say the answer is an astounding yes. Because at first, sure, a lot of the things early on were little hints, or could seem like hints, and authors do that a lot. The author of Fairy Tail does this with every series, from Rave Master to Fairy Tail to Eden Zero. So it's not that big of a stretch, and other authors have done this as well, such as the authors of, let's say, Love Hina and Nejima. There's little hints between those series, etc., etc. There's a lot of connections between authors who do multiple works of similar genres, or even completely vastly different genres. But this is one that takes it to the next level by basically resetting the entire, well, first, spoilers if you're not at least in the last 3 or 4 chapters of what is definitely the final arc of Fire Force. Because the final fight basically resets the entire world. Everyone died, and I was wondering, wait, is everyone literally dead? And yeah, everyone did die. And then all of a sudden, the world is reborn. Everyone, and I mean everyone, is brought back to life. Not just the people who just died, but people who died at like midpoints of the series. No wonder the wiki sucks at keeping track of who's alive and dead, because everyone got brought back to life, period. So is there anyone who's technically dead anymore? Technically speaking, I don't think so, because they literally have not just brought back main characters, they've brought back characters who died that were just side characters. There was a guy who died in that last fight in the Nether, who literally had a flashback of a shoe, momentarily escaped death with the comment, "Wow, my flashback was pitiable," and then gets stabbed in the back by the last person with a flashback who dies. And both him and the zombie of his friend that killed him are brought back to life. And the person who died right before then too. So no, there's a lot of, death isn't real, it's more closer and intimate. And when Shinra does that, the visage is clearly prime death from before he became all cute and cuddly and shit. And the madness separated from the evangelist and Hamina. I've never actually heard her name in speech since I haven't watched the anime. But nonetheless, it's clearly the Kishin. And sure, the 3 eyes was a little bit of a hint at that, but when it was fully separated from our former antagonist, it was clearly the Kishin. And the world itself is now described as a world of madness and a world of souls. So it's clear to see that, yeah, a lot of the little quirks in the world have shifted to a degree where, yeah, this is currently a different world where death does not mean as much, which is funny because as I was actually catching up with the series over the last week, I was reading the official translations for the majority of that reread, and I came across a interview between this mangaka and the mangaka of Fairy Tail, and one of the talking points was actually how they switched from Soul Eater to Fire Force and how death up until this point has been taken so seriously, with the comment being, well, Soul Eater, death was more casual. And now, with this ending, death has basically become what the author has already stated Soul Eater's was. Every death has been done. And, this is pretty much many different ways to soft confirm that, yeah, this is a stealth prequel of Soul Eater. And honestly, I'm sure we'll get more hints in the next few chapters. Supposedly, the author has already drawn the last chapter. Given on how manga is produced, that's very likely. So yeah, we should be seeing, by the end of this month or the beginning of March, the ending of this series. And honestly, this is my first time talking about Fire Force on the channel. If you want me to cover the final decision of, not the final decision, but the end of the series and how it does actually connect or not to Soul Eater, I would like to make a sequel to this video. I'm not going to do weekly reviews for Fire Force, but I do kind of want to talk about the series in general, and maybe do a manga recommendation for both Fire Force and Soul Eater. And now I think about it, I need to reread Soul Eater or not. I know I got at least halfway through it. I don't remember finishing it. I might have, but I might do videos on all three of those series in the future if this video is successful enough, or if anyone even sees this. So, my name is Smalls of Black Knight Anime and Manga. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this series and you're looking forward to everything we have with the ending of Fire Force, then please leave a like. Or if you're just straight up disappointed and don't want it to be, you know, a stealth prequel, then leave a dislike. You won't be able to see it, but I'll see it and I'll know. But nonetheless, definitely like, dislike, and subscribe if you do want to see the potential sequel, because it will mean a lot to me supporting this channel. And I'll probably do smaller videos like this separate from my One Piece reviews. And if you haven't seen them, I do have One Piece reviews. Well, till next time, stay safe.